You know that feeling, right? That Sunday evening gloom when the weekend starts to fade and the work week is looming. Well, that's the Monday blues, and we've all been there. Today, we're going to explore a really powerful way to shift your thinking, all inspired by the idea of a lioness, so you can reclaim your entire week, not just the weekend. Let's dive in.
So let me ask you, straight up, are you one of those people just grinding through the week, watching the clock, just desperate for Friday to hit? That feeling, the Sunday scaries, where all the fun of the weekend just evaporates and Monday's to-do list starts screaming in your head? Yeah, it's a feeling a lot of us know all too well. And this quote right here, wow, it just captures that cycle perfectly, doesn't it? The author, Salima, totally nails that feeling of waiting, having a blast, and then the dread creeping back in. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're going to want to stick around because she figured out how to break that cycle for good. And that discovery all boils down to this one life-changing realization. It's about this huge mental shift from just passively waiting for the good stuff to happen to actively living your life every single day of it. This just lays it all out so clearly. On one side, you've got that passive mindset, just getting through it, enduring the week, just waiting for the weekend. But on the other side, that's the breakthrough. Realizing that every single day, yep, even Monday, is a part of your one life. This isn't a dress rehearsal, This is the main event. And that's really the heart of it all. We get this one life. When you let that sink in, really let it sink in, it changes everything. Suddenly, each day isn't just a hurdle to get over. It's a page in your story that you're never getting back. And that one simple thought is the foundation for everything else we're about to talk about. Which brings us to this next powerful idea. Bloom where you're planted. It's this concept that maybe, just maybe, happiness isn't about changing everything around you. Maybe the problem isn't out there at all. And the author's own story is the perfect example of this. So for years, she was completely convinced that her unhappiness was all tied to where she lived. She blamed her country, the government, the culture, everything. She believed with all her heart that if she could just get out, if she could just change her scenery, then she'd finally be happy. So she did it. She packed up and moved abroad. But a funny thing happened. That feeling of unhappiness, it packed its bags and went right along with her. She just started finding new things to complain about in her new home. The pattern just kept repeating itself. So that begs the question, right? If changing the place didn't change the feeling, then where was the problem really coming from? And there it is, the big aha moment. It wasn't the country, it wasn't the job, it wasn't the circumstances. The problem was internal. It was the lenses, her whole perspective, that was coloring her entire view of the world. And realizing that, well, that was the real turning point. Okay, so once you have that realization that the problem is inside, what in the world do you do about it? Well, this next part is all about the practical stuff. How you can actually, intentionally, manage your own mind and take your power back. This is the core strategy right here. And look, it's not about pretending that bad days or tough moments don't exist. It's about being intentional when they show up. When that negative spiral starts, you consciously use tools to steer your thoughts. Things like journaling, just getting those chaotic feelings out on paper so you can actually look at them. Or even simple self-talk, helping you rewrite the story in your head in real time. It's all about you getting back into the driver's seat of your own mind. And this quote just says it all. It's so brilliant. It's not about denying that the Monday blues are a real feeling. It's about recognizing that you have a say in the matter. It frames that dread as something you have a choice to engage with. You get to decide if it takes over your day or not. So, if you're not going to let the blues win, what do you do instead? You actively, intentionally create your own joy. And we're not talking about waiting for some huge, life-changing event to make you happy. We're talking about finding little bits of magic in small, deliberate moments. And look how simple and doable these things are. This isn't about booking a trip around the world. It's about the small stuff. Really savoring that first cup of coffee. Getting lost in a book for just 10 minutes. Putting on a show that makes you genuinely laugh, or just finding a quiet spot to sit and breathe. These are the little pockets of joy you can sprinkle throughout any day, and they're especially powerful on a Monday. And now we bring this whole thing together with this incredible central metaphor, the idea of your inner lioness. It perfectly captures this whole philosophy of strength, of choice, and of refusing to be a passive victim to the calendar. This is the line to remember. What a powerful declaration, right?
It totally reframes you as the hero of your own story, someone who is way too focused, way too powerful, and just too busy living to be bothered by something like the day of the week.
So how do you start? We want to leave you with these 3 questions. And don't just listen to them, really think about them. First, ask yourself, what's one small joy I can create for myself today? Second, reflect. Where am I letting my circumstances call the shots instead of taking back control? And finally, consider, how can I start to bloom right here, right now, exactly where I am? Because at the end of the day, every day is your one life to live.